What is going on, guys? Keyblade Wood Tutorial here, and I am here playing some Call of Duty Black Ops Dury Zombies in the background here. Um, I'm here today with a different video. I'm gonna be here talking about the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Ember trailer, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on that. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to go check it out yourselves if you haven't checked it out already. But this is a pretty crazy trailer, and all these teasers and all these information that we have been getting for Black Ops 3 has been very detailed, and it seems that we are going in a much darker road as we go along with this future compared to the other installments. I think that we're gonna have much more to experience now, especially since this game might be more into the next gen consoles. I don't really think it would be in current gen consoles, and just looking at the trailer, it just really seems like we are gonna get a lot to deal with when it comes to gameplay and story wise. So for those of you who have seen the trailer, it is going to take place, I'm assuming, 2065, from the way it looks. And this trailer came out like about yesterday or so, and it looks really neat. It's all live actioned, and the detail on the story that they're telling, it seems that they're really trying to go all out with this Call of Duty. Give us something different. They really want to step it up. In my opinion, I think Ghosts was it had a very neat trailer system, but when it came to the actual gameplay, it was not what it was represented. And for Advanced Warfare, it's a pretty decent game, but sometimes people can complain about the exos, and there's a lot that people would deal with in terms of Advanced Warfare. But it's not the greatest Call of Duty for me, but it's still pretty decent and all, so I still play it. But hopefully this time Treyarch will actually give us something that we will enjoy, because Treyarch is always about giving us very good games, and they have not let us down yet. So I have high hopes for Treyarch on this game, and the rest of the series that they've done, World at War, Black Ops 2, they've done really well with those games, and I really think that Call of Duty Black Ops 3 will not be a disappointment. It would actually be a really neat game, and I don't think Exos are gonna return. I think that's more Sledgehammer's thing. I think we're gonna be giving different gameplay mechanics. I'm sort of thinking it may be a different layout, different style for Black Ops 3, because the way that technology has been advancing and the way that it has been told, in the trailers, it seems that we're going to be getting something a little different from our traditional gameplay, but while they're going to keep it in the same Call of Duty genre style, but they're just going to give us a little something different to make it feel like it's its own thing while keeping it true to the Treyarch Black Ops name. So looking into the trailer, everyone is getting into getting technology, they're merging technology with themselves. They're becoming much more cybernetic as the years pass on. And let me looking into it, I'm trying to see where it is. Around the time of I believe it was 41. Yeah, 2041. We're already far above 2025, where Black Ops 2 took place. They created the first. They create the first chip that will be planted in your brain, and you can share thoughts, as they say. You can literally share your thoughts with someone else. Your brain linked, and I think that's gonna be a huge gameplay mechanic, possibly in multiplayer or in story mode. The way I can see them doing this is if well, Black Ops multiplayer, they can do the whole chat thing, but I don't know how they would do it in multiplayer. But I'm thinking in single player, this would be the greatest idea to do it. The best way to do that is they would have co-op campaign, linked online. Let's say if we're playing as two people that actually have this ability to share their thoughts, they would actually have co-op campaign online, and you have a chat. You have a chat box option or a voice chat option, and that's how you would share your thoughts with the other person, and it would be implementing what the story is telling us. That's what I believe. And around that same time, we see a 115. We've been seeing a lot of 115 and all these trailers and teasers for Black Ops 3. That clearly confirms that there's going to be zombies, and there is no doubt about it. And from the way it seems, this zombies might actually be more, in depth, more darker. I've been seeing a lot of dark elements with Call of Duty Black Ops 3 lately. It seems that they're gonna go taking off a step from the how do you say, like they're not gonna take it so lightly anymore. They're gonna take it much more with brute force in this installment, I believe, in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Moving on to the trailer, they're creating more biotechnology, and they're replacing their limbs, voluntarily, as they say. They are voluntarily replacing their limbs, and they're becoming much more advanced in technology in terms of linking their body with the technology. Like, they'll have 2055, they have these reticles implanted within them, and we see, like, this basketball player, he can see everything accordingly compared to the rest of us who can only see, as he quotes, what we can see. And I believe that's possibly going to be another gameplay feature. We're possibly going to either see through walls, or we're going to see all these different things that we would not see in a traditional Call of Duty game unless we had, like, the certain pieces of technology. But we're going to have this as a free system. Like, let's say, in Black Ops 2, when we had to get the audio clips from Menendez, we can actually see a little bit through the walls and stuff like that. We had a little bit of that in Black Ops 2. And I believe in this one, instead of having it just, limited, we're going to have it unlimited this time, and it's going to be a free mechanic that we can possibly try out. And, with the whole diverse gameplay mechanics that this game has, I think it's really going to expand what we think of Call of Duty and how it plays out. And, I hear a lot of people raging and commenting that they would rather have a World War II game, and I would too. But this is getting interesting. I really think it's getting interesting. I'll get back to that thought in a moment, but there's lots of riots and strikes backs, and all these protests and everything are all against the technology rise, and, like, as they quote, the scientists are playing God. They are literally either bringing people back from the dead, or they're saving people from dying, and from their disabilities, and they keep upgrading these humans, and eventually it starts to get out of hand, and people are not liking it. So they turn away from the idea, but they still keep growing over the years. The technology keeps growing and growing and growing, and there's no stopping it, And what I really think is that when this gets out of hand, it's really gonna start to cause, more wars and more conflicts, globally. And that could be something that's going on within the story, something we have to fix. Because at this point of time, there is no set villain really. I mean, we can speculate that it would be like the government's overthrowing of the human nature with technology. I mean, we can assume that, but there's no set villain in this story yet. We would possibly see something in the worldwide reveal on Sunday, and we'll possibly see more gameplay and how it will play out, what it will look like, the heads-up display and everything like that. Um, but until then, we have really nothing. But I mean, this trailer's introducing us to what it is, what it could be, and I'm getting super excited because all these trailers and everything are giving us more elements that just make us really question, and they really make us think. Going back to what I've been saying, like it's intriguing me because if you really look about it, I mean, we're really heading in this direction. I mean, we have progressed so far in technology from the past decade that it's really it's really starting to seem like we can actually go this direction, if we actually tried it ourselves. And it just seems like a huge thought. Like, what if this really happens? Would we allow it, or how would we play it out? It's a very striking question, and I think that we could head this direction, if we aren't careful. And how all these people are trying to go through, dissing out evolution and stuff like that, and it's crazy. It's a scary thought. And so going into like 2065, I mean, I would be 65 years old, born in 2000. Woo. But going into 2065, they are saying that the government has like really advanced, their infantry. They are literally healing them by other means. I mean, they're completely dissing out the traditional styles, and it's crazy. Like, they're literally, as they say, they're making humans into weapons, and we can see that a lot. We see everything coming back full circle in the last few clips. We see everything come back to full circle, that these people are using their thoughts to, kill all these other people off. And there's the voluntary limbs, and they have, the reticles and everything like that. It's crazy how they're using this technology, and it strikes me as a curiosity. How would they take the story with this? What are they going to showcase with it? And I'm really excited to see how well the story is going to play out, because World at War and Black Ops, in the flashback scenes of Black Ops 2, we had, traditional gameplay and story-wise, and it was really neat because we were back in that set era. We were set in the past, and it really just felt like a first-person shooter. And the more we head into this futuristic Call of Duty setting, it really makes us like see differently. It makes us see warfare differently, and I think that's kind of what they're trying to show us here. They're trying to show us how much war has changed. Metal Gear Solid 4, but like they're really trying to show us how dangerous this can be, how crazy our advancements have been, and it just seems like all of this coming back together, it's a really crazy thought, as into how are we gonna take this as a Call of Duty? Will it be different? Will it be too different? Like, I'm kind of thinking of that. Like, will this Call of Duty be way too different from the others? Will it be, if it's way too different, in other words, will it still be considered, a Call of Duty, or would it be considered, its own style of first-person shooter, or will it still be like traditional Call of Duties, just revisited into the futuristic setting? And speaking of future setting, sad to say, but I believe that Alex Mason and Frank Woods, I don't think they're gonna be returning in this one. I think they're pretty much dead. I mean, unless I have seen some theories around there that there has been theories, not by me of course, that they could bring back Frank Woods or someone else from the past, using all this technology. Because I mean, that's basically the idea that they're doing, and if they don't do that, well, then they're possibly just gonna stay dead, and the only one who would be alive would be David Mason, who's at this time I calculated around 82 or so years old. So he's in his early 80s, and he would be alive. He would be like the Frank Woods in the Black Ops 2, and we would be playing as either like his grandson or his son or somebody. We'll be possibly playing as them, and if not, let's say David Mason dies, or let's say he has no son or grandson. Who are we gonna play as? Who are we going to play as and see the story from someone's eyes? That's really the huge question here. I am strikingly curious to see if we are going to continue down the family line, or if we're going to continue down a new path. And when we create this new path, it really makes it seem like it's its own story. Like, will we be going off from Black Ops 2, or will we be going off from, a new standpoint? Because if you remember, Black Ops 2 had several endings, and that is one thing that has questioned me since its release date. What is the true ending? And if we can take that true ending, will it play a role in Black Ops 3, or will it just be irrelevant? See, like, what I'm saying is, if it goes down the family line, will Black Ops 2's true ending be relevant, or will it go down its own set path, and no matter what Black Ops 2 ending you get, it doesn't matter, because Black Ops 3 will have its own start and such. So it's there's a lot of debatable questions, and we will see that soon in the world reveal, hopefully. And it'll be crazy to see how this game is. I'm super excited. Treyarch hype. I'm my favorite developer from the Call of Duty has always been Treyarch. I've loved it ever since the World at War days, and I just hope that they give us something fresh, something that is not overhyped. Something that we can actually take as a great Call of Duty, a classic Call of Duty. And I really hope that we can do that. I really, really, really hope that. So, I mean, that's basically all my thoughts I have. So far, I don't really have any more thoughts as to what's gonna happen. Because, like I said, we have not much details pertaining to what we have in terms of story or gameplay. We just have a sort of like background vibe, like what to expect from the setting of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And I am super interested to see what they'll do, or if they'll bring anything back from Black Ops 2, or what's gonna happen throughout the throughout the game. How different will multiplayer be? Where will we go in terms of locations? I'm actually kind of curious. Like, are we gonna have some flashback sequences? Because how Black Ops, the whole Treyarch games are all filled with flashbacks in some way. There's always something with flashbacks, and I really think that they're gonna play another key role. And let's not also forget that the numbers might play a role, because I mean they've been they talked about it in the first teaser trailer we got. They mentioned the numbers once again, and the numbers could mean something else. I mean, unless it's all over and done with, he's just still seeing the numbers, but I really think that the numbers mean something else because they mentioned it in Black Ops 2 again, and here we're in Black Ops 3, and they said the exact same thing in the first Black Ops 3 teaser, and I think that the numbers mean something else. There's something else about the numbers we are not getting and we are not understanding. And so I think we're going to see much more of that. We're going to see a lot of returning, a lot of things returning from the rest of the series, but I mean, it really all depends how this installment plays out on what we'll see, who we'll see, and what will happen. I mean, that's basically all my thoughts so far. So leave a comment, start a discussion, and we're gonna try to figure this out eventually. Before the worldwide reveal trailer comes out, we'll try to see what fits, what doesn't fit, and leave a like if you enjoyed this discussion, and I hope you guys continue to support me. I am liking the support. I have finally over 30 likes on Facebook, and 71 subscribers, and you guys have been following me all over the place on Vine, Instagram, and all that stuff. It's really cool. I'm loving the support. It's crazy how far I've adapted over the years. It's close to 2 years now, and I believe it's May will be in 2 years, so we're almost there. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. This has been Keep Late with Tutorial. Peace off.